I'm so proud to see all y'all here. This is so exciting. Unfortunately, we're here in the museum instead of over at the field, but that's weather in Alabama for you. And now, Miss Ann Shoemaker would like to make a couple of announcements.
Thank you, Angela. You're welcome. Those of us on the museum board never miss a chance to ask for money. But I want to mention a couple of things right here. Today is the day that the American Legion Auxiliary will be drawing the lucky ticket. We're calling them opportunity tickets, not chances. Jenny, don't tell your husband. Okay, but anyway, the basket is right over there. There's several things that are made in Alabama. And it's all Alabama products. So there's even a handmade sweater that Pat Hartline donated. There's a hand crocheted throw, Afghan style, plus a lot of goodies that you could eat. So the tickets are $1 each, or 6 tickets for $5. And Judy, raise your hand or stand up and let people know they can see you. Judy has the roll of tickets and we'll sell them. Judy, where are you?
Right here.
Oh, here you are. Okay, good. Okay, and the second thing we want to mention is the series of ornaments that the museum has. We have, this year will be the 17th in the series. This year we are highlighting First Baptist Church down the street. Since it is going to be raised, or a ZED, very soon. Is that correct, Judge Tim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we thought everyone would like to see that. And in case some of you saw me sitting across the street on the sidewalk, sketching a few weeks ago, that's what I was doing, and I'll have to admit it was a challenge to mentally obliterate the fence around it. But anyway, I have a copy here of the final sketch that is already in Pennsylvania, and they are working on it. It should be here the week before Christmas. If you want to pass it on, we decided to put the fronts of both of the sanctuaries. The 1980 building is on the left, the 1949 building is on the right. So we want to pass this around. If you would like to order one, to reserve one, just put your name down and your telephone number, please, and we will call you when the ornaments are in. As I said, they should be here the week before Christmas. They are $15 each, but now if you buy a whole set of the 17, you get a $15 discount, or you get a free ornament, whichever you want to call it. And just for those of you who are here today, about 6 years ago, we had our highlighted ornament, the Estes field. So if you don't have one of these, we do have quite a few of these left. Is that correct, Ms. Martha? Yes. Okay, and Ms. Martha and Ms. Brenda will be happy to sell you one today. But this might be a really good souvenir of today's event. And again, from all the members of the board of the museum, thank you for coming. We appreciate your support of this special event.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is and that's the first mistake I've made all day. Don't ask my wife. Oh. There you go. Second mistake I made today.
What was the first?
Oh. Several years ago, Coach McCord there, and Tommy Moon wrote a book, The Cotton Picking Center Warriors, and I dearly loved it. I've read it, I think, twice now, Coach. But I appreciate y'all asked me to write the foreword for it, and I did. So in today's presentation, I thought the first paragraph kind of fit to describe the feeling of what Estesville means. Friday night lights in Center, Alabama conjures up vivid memories of Friday nights on Estes Field. We remember bright lights. There we go. It's it. We remember bright lights beaming over an old rock wall. And having to park, as my daddy would say, a ways off, because everybody in the center came to the ball game. So there was no early close parks. Everyone in town was there. Excitement grew as we got closer to the front. We lined up those heavy wooden gates there at the front to enter the historic rock structure. Vivid green field, concrete bleachers, all filled with fans dressed in black and gold. And the little red plastic, or at that time they were wax-covered paper cups, Coke cups, that were, everybody had a handful of those. The smell of popcorn as you went in. And kids playing on that red dirt bank, just to the left. I'm sure some of you folks my age will remember that and younger. Oh. We passed through the crowd, down the steps, found a seat, sat on our gold warrior cushion that we bought from the quarterback club. The band enters to the beat of the drums. Boom, 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 all excited. Then the band begins that familiar warrior fight song. I dream about it at night sometimes. The crowd goes wild as the warriors burst on the field, getting down the concrete steps, bursting on the field. They were hauling around. The team takes its place on the field, helmets off their chest. The crowd goes silent for prayer. Everyone stands proud as they salute the American flag as it rises to the national anthem played by the band. The crowd cheers again. Helmets were jerked on, and the battle was to begin. Warrior football at Estes Field was something special. A chance to celebrate not only football, but celebrate the spirit of doing something together as a group. Thanking God for the blessings. Celebrating being a warrior, but also celebrating being an American. Friday Night Lights at Estes Field was something special. Who you were, how much you had, what kind of job you had, or what you did for a living, that was secondary for Friday night at Warrior Stadium, Estes Field. Because there at Estes Field, we were family. Joined together for one cause, a warrior victory. Okay, on December 16th, 1968, Coosa River News reported that a meeting was held by the teachers and patrons and friends of Cherokee County High School to devise a plan to raise money to build a new stadium. 1938. The group voted to purchase a car from Gross Chevrolet here at Center at cost, and they were going to sell tickets for $1 a piece. And you could buy them at Blair's, Blair's pharmacy or drugstore in Sundry. And Mr. Blair there, Ralph Blair was the secretary of the group. You know, thinking back, some of you guys been affiliated with the quarterback club. I guess really that's probably the first pickup truck party that the quarterback club of the folks here at Center had. The group's intention was to raise $25,000, a lot of money, even in those times, for a stadium under a WPA project. On November 6, 1940, the Coosa River News reported that U.S. Senator Lister Hill announced that the WPA had received presidential approval in the amount of $15,149 for a project sponsored by the Cherokee County Board of Education to construct a new stadium and athletic field in center. Then on December the 18th, 1940, the Cherokee County Herald reported the Superintendent of Education, G.D. Broom, said that a new stadium would be built, would begin January 1941. Getting closer. The stadium was completed November 1942 at a cost of $37,000. The wall, the ticket booth, the bleachers were all constructed by local labor. All the rocks that were used were hauled from Lookout Mountain. And this field, Estes Field, remains the only WPA project in Cherokee County. Ms. Joe Bob asked me to talk a little bit about the WPA, since maybe a lot of y'all may not be familiar with it. It was originally the Works Progress Administration, established in '35 by presidential order as a key part of FDR's second New Deal. That was in 1939. It was later renamed in 1939. They renamed it to the Works Project Administration. Now, this WPA provided paid construction jobs during the Depression to unemployed people, mostly men who were basically minimally educated, while building up America's public infrastructure. It built things like parks, schools, roads, bridges, airports, housing, and in our case, a football field. WPA built over 620,000 miles of roads and streets, over 10,000 bridges, and its single largest project was Tennessee Valley Authority, which is still big. Between 35 and 43, the WPA employed 8.5 million people. So it made a real difference in the time of job creators. They worked in cooperation with local government. Local government would sponsor from 10 to 30% of the cost. Now, this was a favorable government project because two reasons. It was projects that people felt strongly about. And the second one, work relief, jobs. People needed money. People needed a job during the Depression. And work relief was preferable over public assistance. It maintained self-respect, reinforced work ethic. It kept the state playoff in the state that we ever had. Never, 3A folks have never gone to a state playoff. This is the first year, so whoever won this game got to go. There's 4 teams in the state got to go. So if we beat Fort Payne, we win. If they win, they win. Fort Payne led, they were big. My gosh, they were big and fast. Had about 4 signed scholarships. Y'all had name already. Oh, Fort Payne led 7-6 at the half. In the third quarter, Centerwood ahead on a 35-yard pass from Shorty Trammell to Bob King. Now the season. However, the Wildcats used most of the fourth quarter and marched 80 yards down the field and scored. Made the score 14-12 with 6:14 left in the game. The Gadsden Times reported the next day about that part. It said, Warrior hearts were low. But those guys on the field, their hearts were still strong. We weren't finished. Coach Johnson had a plan. He lined Sammy Hester up under center. Shorty Trammell, who had been the second team quarterback, he began to work Shorty more in the passing situation, Sammy in the running. So he lined Sammy up under center. He put Shorty over here at a wing back on the right side. Well, when he did that, Fort Payne shifted into their strong set that way. All of a sudden, Sammy hollered, shift. And he shifted out the wing back on this side. Shorty shifted the quarterback under center, took the snap immediately, caught him off guard. They didn't have time to shift over, dropped back and hit a wide slap open Sammy Hester for a touchdown. 18-14. We're ahead. However, the Cats got the ball 40-yard line. Our 40-yard line. It was 4th and 2. And we were pumped. They pitched to their halfback, and I was playing left defensive tackle. And man, I fought my way through, and I hit him. Man, coach, I hit him hard. But I didn't do what y'all told me, wrap my arms up. And he spun and spun back out and got 2 yards and 1 inch to get the first down. Y'all, I was killed. Man, I was like, man, if I've done this, Coach Johnson ain't never gonna let me. He'll run me flat today. Football says, hey, yo, you still gonna run. Okay, Fort Payne had time for one more play. And man, I done messed up. So when I got down to my stance, I was praying, I was fighting, and he snapped the ball, and man, I busted my guts out. And I hit him right under the chin. Just seconds, quarterback, right under the chin. Just seconds after he let the ball go. I quickly spun around and moved quicker. I looked back over my shoulder, and all I saw was a wide open Fort Payne receiver. And the ball hit him right to him. Oh my goodness. Our safety had not gone into the ball game. So we were wide slap open. All of a sudden, I saw Larry Ola. Y'all know Larry Ola. There, and Larry was like me. He wasn't the fastest thing in the world. But a streak, just a wide streak, came across the field, and he leaped. Looked like he leaped that high. And with the tips of his fingers, he tipped that ball over that receiver's hand. And the Shorty Trammels way on. Ball game. We're going to state.